The House of Representatives will vote to pass the Women's Health Protection Act 2022 bill to restore abortion rights. This comes a month after the Supreme Court overturned the landmark Roe v. Wade decision, which granted women the right to abortions. The act is an updated version of a bill that passed the House in September to codify the right to an abortion and prohibit states from imposing limits on the procedure. Reports say the House will also take up and pass legislation that prohibits states from interfering with women travelling to get an abortion. Earlier, President Biden signed an executive order which will protect women who cross state lines to seek abortions. Biden said that the US needs 2 supporting senators and a pro-choice House to codify abortion rights as a federal law. The 2021 version of the Women's Health Protection Act was defeated in a procedural vote in the Senate when the Republicans voted against the measure. Well, let's return to Susan Tarani, who's live for us in New York City. Susan, again, this measure is being expected to meet tough resistance when it gets to the Senate, effectively killing off the proposal. So why is the House once again trying to move ahead with this?
It's similar to what the House has been doing with other measures regarding hitting dead ends, and it's something we'd like to call the policy of doing something for the sake of doing something. Even that executive order that President Biden signed last Friday regarding abortion, really, it was clear that he was cornered into doing it. One of the provisions, of course, was regarding contraception pills. The other was, as you mentioned, the freedom to cross state lines. Those are issues that are not problems right now in many Republican states. So it was much ado about nothing. But I think, again, it's really to energize voters on the one hand and to convince themselves and the Democrats that at least they're taking measures to put Republicans on the spot and on record that they are not going to take concrete action regarding abortion. And to also, as Nancy Pelosi mentioned yesterday, to demonstrate, at least from a public opinion standpoint, that abortion is their quote-unquote kitchen table issue, and it's important to them, and they need to fundraise about it come November and energize their voters to go and vote.
And you mentioned there the November midterms, the Democrats hoping that abortion will be a key issue. But of course, in the background, we have inflation at a 41-year high, the cost of living continuing to rise. What do you think will really be on the minds of voters, abortion or the cost of living as they head towards the midterms?
Yeah, it's interesting you bring that up, Nick. Recent polls indicate that while, inflation, gas prices, crimes really top all voters from both sides of the aisle, including independents, really going into the midterm elections, abortion may slightly energize voters from the Democratic Party, at least young voters. But what it will do, definitely, we do know, is that it will create a sense of fundraising and activism on the part of the Democratic Party, and that's not yet clear whether or not that will leave a sour taste in the mouths of Democratic voters to see that so much money is asked for them for a cause that they thought was settled or not. So it might have a minor effect, but I think the economy really tops it off right now for many. And abortion and gun control are going to be probably not as powerful as the Democrats hope.
Susan, thank you. That was Susan Tarani joining us live from New York City.